Thank you guys. Thank you guys. I think I've missed the live stream. By the way, I've gotta give props to those who used the red emojis. Those caught my attention, to be honest. Anyway, sorry guys. What a bad start or bad beginning to the week, I guess. Even though thankfully I didn't say much. I was just catching up with you guys, saying how much I feel bad of us losing the long trade or personally losing it. Anyways, let me read the comments. Let's switch it up this time. Anyways, I think I don't want to make it too. Let's keep it too casual here because I think I missed the mark today, guys. All right, so let me make it up by reading the comments. Thank you guys. All right. Yeah, it is okay, to be honest. Nothing bad. I didn't say much, so thank you guys. The reason why I don't read the comments, by the way, it's not because I don't want to read them. If you know the live stream, if you know the how the live stream structure I do is basically just me focusing on the beginning introduction for the first five at a maximum of 10 minutes, and then literally the whole hour or two sometimes is led by your guys' questions. So like just because I overemphasize and I over care about the comments, I try to keep them at the not at the beginning, because everybody would be like totally, or we would lose track of the important stuff, or I might forget the important stuff if I focus on the comments from the get go. Give me a second here. Hold on a second. All right. Can we start again? Yeah, let's start again, guys. See how me beginning to read the comments totally made me talk more. All right, so let me focus on what happened on Bitcoin, because to be honest, I literally missed a long trade on Bitcoin. Unfortunately, I did lose on taking that trade, because we've been covering quite extensively, as you can see, guys. For those who watched this little video I posted yesterday, literally 20 hours ago, I told you how I'm planning to long Bitcoin. I told you guys that even though it looks bad, it seems bad of us actually going above 91, not being able to hold 90.4k as support. I told you that, to be honest, we need Bitcoin to hold 91 for us to actually look for higher targets, for us to look for 97 or even 100 or even more. But after losing on Saturday, after losing 90k, I felt kind of bad. However, I told you guys that we haven't yet lost full hope on Bitcoin, because at least on the bright side, we had started making, for the first time ever since, by the way, ever since we had made the all-time high and we started dropping, we were making lower lows and lower highs, the usual structure for a bear market or for a bear trend or a bearish trend. All right, but I told you guys that technically we have done something new this time by actually making this low and then holding this low as a higher low, and also making the high and then a higher low or higher high, as you can see. So technically, I told you guys that we can maybe make the most out of reading the market too early and plan a trade at 87.5 to 86k. I told you guys this is the area where I'm looking and planning to long. I had basically waited out on Saturday and Sunday and planned out this area on the moon show, and also most importantly on this little 4 minutes and 47-second video. As you can see, I told you guys that I'm just waiting for a drop at 87.5, and then I'm going to jump into Elong, because I feel that this is a very strong, important level that we will potentially hold. However, just because I always try to be totally transparent and honest, I did not long Bitcoin. Why? Because obviously I did not get my perfect entry. Now I could make up reasons. Obviously, I can foresee why Bitcoin actually gotten the pump that it did from the area that it did, or from the area that it started from. Well, I can technically tell you two reasons for that. First of all, a simple range that was made, as you can see. So technically, we were just making a range with lots of liquidity sitting just below this wick. Whenever you see an accumulation or a range that was like starting to be made after putting a low, technically you can always like target or plan out a trade based on just faking out the lows, targeting all the longs that were put here. Because technically the idea of liquidity, guys, for those who wanna like understand how basic it is, but maybe it seems simple but not that easy. is basically the idea of actually looking for a range and then just waiting for everybody that longed within this range. Obviously, like the higher likelihood is for them to set their stop loss below this wick. So wait for everybody to be kicked out, stopped out, and then jump into a long. Now, I even wanted this. Like, I wanted this to be a part of the reason, like other than this being a support. I also would have loved for the wick to go to 87.2. I would have 100% long this, but I want to be totally transparent that unfortunately it did give us a perfect fake out of this little accumulation that was made on the weekend. So we made a wick, as you can see. After the wick, we had gone or had went or moved in a range and then faked out the range low, took liquidity, stopped out every long and then pumped to the upside. Alright, so that was the technical reason. And also a supporting reason would be also the fact that we faked out 88k. So as you can see, not only did we fake out this low, which was at 88k exactly, but also 88k, like the full number, is actually usually an important area where most traders like set their stop losses below it. So see how like the price wicked all the way lower, to be precise, at, let me see, at 87.688. So like everybody who tried to be smart by longing within this like boring range, obviously most traders would think to set their stop losses below the wick and below 88. And basically what happened for everybody that tried to long, they got kicked out and then the market moved in the correct reasonable direction. Anyway, so that's basically the reason why the market moved. Obviously, I can commentate on the reason, but obviously I also want to be transparent by saying that I did not participate within this move because I tried to be greedy, or not greedy, but yeah, I tried to be stubborn by choosing and picking a certain entry price and then only entering based on that. Like, I didn't want to be too early by being someone that just like longed the fake out of this low, because also just to add to that, this low happened literally midway through Sunday, so that wasn't the perfect timing to see this low. I would have loved for this low to be put after midnight or at the opening of the CME. So yeah, to be honest, I'm totally happy and I'm even more proud of the fact that I did not long this area. But what I did was actually shorten this high, because obviously within the video that I posted yesterday, I had the short and a long. I missed the long because I was waiting for a dip below again, but I did take a short just to be totally honest and transparent. That the premise of the short was basically just seeing this area being hit, waiting for 90.4 to be lost again. So I was just waiting for this to happen, and then I jumped into a short. I even posted about it in my free Telegram channel. However, that too I didn't make money from, because I took the short once we lost 90k, 90.1k. I had my stop loss and then I waited a couple of minutes, an hour or so, posted about it. We had made a lot, like good amount of money, maybe 20% on the trade, but then I went to sleep. I moved my stop loss entry and then woke up to the price actually kicking me out of the trade. And I use the term kicking me out because I didn't make money, nor did I lose money, just lost fees, just to be transparent. Yeah, I did lose a little bit of fees on the trade because I moved my stop loss entry. I can't sleep well, unfortunately, with a trade being very close to my entry. Also with that being Monday, so I put my stop loss entry. I would have loved to wake up with the job happening, but it did not happen. We basically just, also for those who wanna like know why exactly do we bounce from this area, this is for two reasons. Firstly, because see how perfect the market follows the volume. So what happened was we perfectly like pumped higher, then dipped, hit the point of control of this previous range, and then perfectly saw a follow through. See, so how perfect that is. Like, this is, as you can see, this is exactly the point of control. All right, if I move the volume profile, all right, see how perfect that was. And also an additional confluence was the Fibonacci golden pocket. Not totally a reason, but I do mention it from time to time. So from the low to the high, as you can see, that was a perfect scenario reaction. We basically also, like, an additional reason, another one, just to quickly teach you guys a little bit more fun facts. See how we basically just wicked through 89k. All right, perfectly just wicked through 89k. Let me see where the low was. So the low was at 88.954. So everybody that longed Bitcoin at this break, the market is very brutal, by the way, guys, especially on Monday. Like, it literally, on the Monday open of the CME, gave us, let me see, right? So, technically, the Monday open, to be honest, it happened quite late, the actual open, but even before that, the manipulation started like 3-4 hours before the open. We had seen the market like pump 2 to 3%, and then like it dropped just to hit the volume area. Hold on a second, just to hit the volume area with the Fibonacci. And also for everybody that tried to act smart and jump into a trade randomly just because the price was bumping and they had their stop loss below 89k, the market barely went below 89, stopping everybody out and then continuing its way up, right? So I know that it's easy to commentate. I want to be totally transparent and honest that even though I'm using this as an opportunity to commentate and explain how technical the market is, please do understand that I did not participate in this pump upwards. I did miss the long. So I want to be transparent, but also I want to be helpful by mentioning a couple of smart ideas that you should definitely keep in mind, brothers. Now that we're done with the sad part, now that we're done with the us missing a trade part, let me talk about what will happen next. Do I have a trade to take with you? Do I have an idea to trade? What is happening exactly on the market? Ahmed, tell me, explain to me. I'll hopefully do that just right now, because now let me like take you back through what I was saying last week. If you guys remember that last week when Bitcoin was above 90.4k, all I was talking about the potential of us going to 97. So unfortunately, even though it may sound like I'm flip-flopping, changing my words, you gotta understand that just because 90 to 91 is such a pivotal point, every single time I see the price above 90k, I'll say the same exact thing, especially the thing that I said last week, which is while we are above 90k, all right? So just remember it as a full number, 90k. While above 90k, I'm going to be first waiting for 97, all right? 96, 97, it is a zone, obviously, not an exact level, right? So let's call it 97. And then if we break 97, so 97 could be a potential short, as I said from last week. But if we manage to reclaim 97, then I'm going to be super bullish, probably waiting and foreseeing 116 on the market. That's too far away, but please do keep in mind that keep that in mind in case we go above 97. So I think that we've covered the same stuff that we've mentioned from last week. Every single time I see Bitcoin trade above 90, 91, I'm going to be saying I'm bullish, waiting for 97. Now, being bullish biased and waiting for higher prices doesn't necessarily mean that I have a long, because obviously I can be bullish biased without catching a long. I missed my long, guys. You gotta understand that even though right now I'm saying that probably holding on 90k as support would result in seeing 97 being hit in a matter of maybe hours or days, that doesn't mean that you should long randomly. Now, as I said from last week, we can maybe go on a lower time frame, find us a little nice idea to try and trade. I'll try to mention one trade that would be maybe potentially nice for us to catch a potential continuation to the upside. But please do understand that as a technical trader, as someone who tries to only enter when the market is moving in his favor, I'll never ever make my long trade decision based on us seeing or pumping up. All right, so I'll always almost definitely wait for a little drop, no matter how little it is, just for me, because I want to jump into a potential smart trade. Now, to cover where I'm looking for a trade, obviously it's going to be a bit tricky, because nothing is, to be honest, important. Nothing is like too obvious in terms of the higher time frame. So unfortunately, I've gotta go on a lower time frame to find you guys and find myself a little easy, random, maybe risky trade to take, maybe a scalp. So all of my my eyes are looking at this section of the trade, or the of the chart, which is like 91.4 to 90k, right? Or 91, sorry. So 91.1, 91.4 to 91 exactly. That would be the area what I'm looking at on lower time frame. And then I can do two things. Firstly, put the anchored view up from the slow, and from this low. Obviously, I'll keep this one first because that would be the closer to the price. So I'll keep this one and take a look at how the market would react at this level. Now, why I'm not liking this trade much, why I'm not fully like planning to long 91.3, just because the price action doesn't look that good in terms of trying to long here, right? To be honest, like if we lose 91.3, I'll probably much prefer us seeing this section of the chart being hit. So I'm just still playing out potential ideas. Nothing is confirmed yet. So unfortunately, I have no clear idea of where I'm looking to long. Obviously, as I told you guys, on Monday, you can always pay attention to the lows on Monday. And unfortunately, the low on Monday right now, or the low of Monday, is at 89.8. So it's not at the perfect area. No liquidity is like above it. And also, it is too far away from the price. So unfortunately, I'm not saying that we'll never go back to it, but I can't use it as a guide to long, because like I would have loved for this low to be like here or somewhere here for me to take out and then long, but unfortunately that's too far away from me to like use it as a reason to long. So we gotta maybe forget about the low of Monday for today at least, all right, or for now. And as I told you, just focus on 91.3. So my potential scalp long here would be probably just us seeing maybe, I wouldn't say not perfectly, but maybe, yeah, I'd probably wait for this section of the chart. So 91 to 91.3 could be the reason or the area to long for today. I'm going to be waiting for a dip here and then watch the reaction and potentially catch myself a risky long, and then use it as a continuation for 93, and then 93 breaking it would cause us to go to 97. So a local resistance is 93.4, an important resistance is 96.97, where I'm looking to obviously take a short trade from it. So we've got my short area here and also a little scalp potential idea here, and I think I've covered quite extensively what I'm looking at on the market, guys. All right. So thank you guys for keeping it or being patient with me. Sorry for muting myself and then forgetting about it. Unfortunately, I do that from time to time. So thank you guys for being totally nice and actually patient with me. It's gotta happen like at least once. Let me remove my vest here. It's gotta happen at least once. Like it needs to be a tradition that happens at least once. Let's say once a month. All right. I think once a month, in a month is more than enough. All right. So please bear with me. Let me see where to put this, and then we'll continue on with the stream. If you got a question, please do ask me if someone did take the long, because obviously I do understand that the numbers on my chart could be different because some of you may be trading or charting on a different exchange. So maybe someone like actually saw the price at 87.5 and took the long. But personally, even though it may seem like I was the reason for you to long, myself, I didn't long it, to be honest. All right, so that was a good placement to have it on. Let me read the comments here, guys. Thank you for showing up. Let me read the comments after the mute was fixed. All right, so we got Trading Grid, Renata, Oseno, Del, Jaden, Flash, Renata again, CME gap. All right, let me check the CME gap. I never cared about CME gap, guys, but let me just entertain the comment and see where the CME happens to have gapped for this week. All right, let me quickly see that. All right, give me a second here. Let me go on a 4-hourly time frame. Gap. All right, not sure if you're talking about this one. I'm not seeing a gap, to be honest. I might be missing something. Maybe this is the gap. Yeah, it could be this one. I'm not sure. No, I don't see any important gap, to be honest. I don't even care about them. Like if you know me, you'd know that I don't care about the gaps. Anyways, but I'm still bullish, waiting for higher if we hold 91. Like if we never get a dip below 91.5, I won't be trading this, by the way. Just another like a nice way of entertaining catching a long, because like even though I may feel that the price will go to 93.4 in a matter of hours or minutes, I'll never long randomly. I'll wait for a smart idea to buy the dip, or long the dip. said that would be better said. All right, so let me pull up the comments here and continue reading the comments. Thank you guys for helping me and using the red emojis to catch me and stop me from actually going 20 minutes or spending 10 minutes just talking to myself. All right, so thank you, thank you, thank you. Let me quickly do this and that, and then I'll drop the. Let me open the tab for the comments and start reading the comments, and hopefully you're going to enjoy and forget about the mistake that was done. Anyways, thank you guys for being patient with me again. Let's go. We got Caspa Musa. Where are you looking for your next trade setup? I think I've answered that. It's perfect. You miss it. No problem, but could you please go to the setup? Yeah, I think that these are all like older comments. We've got the moon in the chat. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Got Carl the legend. We are probably gonna see a retest of 93.5 to 94. Accepting that zone, we go to 67. Yeah, that's my main thesis of the post that I posted on the Champs Crypto. Give me a second here. All right, let me do stuff from here and there. I entered the long last week, Tuesday at 86 on Bitcoin, and quite amazing, to be honest. Kudos for your brother. We got Taras, we got Kika. Thank you, thank you. Thank you. You're always welcome. Sailor bought almost $1 billion worth of Bitcoin. Interesting. We've got Wayne, the legend, in the chat. In the chat, smash the like button. Let's maintain more likes than minutes on the stream. All right, that's smart. Never thought about it this way. We got Wayne, the smart legend here. Is there any CME gap still open? Not that I seem to be able to find. I'm not sure. You mean once a week? Yeah, to be honest, having more occurring that I would like. Will it come to 91? I cannot tell you if it's going to go to 91 or not. All I can say that if it does, then I have a plan or I have a long set planned out. All right, so that's the whole difference, guys. You gotta understand that I'm not here to expect stuff. Like, I can tell you that I'm expecting 93.4 to be hit or to be the target for the day, but never as a reason for you to randomly long, right? This is just an expected pathway if we manage to hold 90.4k. All right. In these days, market only work in liquidation and stop loss. To be honest, always Sunday, Monday, like the end of Sunday, the beginning of Monday, always you gotta be cautious, guys, with the stop loss. If you're not able to make money, maybe, or from these days, maybe you can try avoiding like having a trade open while the weekend ends and the new week opens. Just test it out and see. All right. We've got Taras. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Frugal said they just front ran the CME gap 30 minutes before opening. Lol, I missed it too. Yeah, maybe. Sorry. So that could have been a reason for why like we had seen such an aggressive pump to the upside. Like, I had all my reasons lined up, but just because everybody was looking at the CME open, we had missed it all, even though it wasn't a reason of mine, but it was maybe a reason in general. All right. All right, sorry guys. Grateful to YouTube that they have a big emojis. Yeah. Should I short now? Definitely not. Shorten for 91? No, to be honest, I hate shorten randomly, guys. If you want to gamble your money away, not be my guest, but you can do that. I won't be stopping you. I won't be physically stopping you, but I can maybe mentally stop you from doing random trades. Like, why short now? Like, what if you have a reason, then do that. But obviously the reason could be on the 1 minute time frame. If you have a reason, then do that. All right, sorry guys. Let me get comfortable here. Smash the like button. Thank you, Musa. Step by step breast crash. Enter or reset crash. Not sure what you mean. Enter long, or you entered long at 88. Good for you guys. If you got the long, totally happy. I'm more happy if someone from the viewers managed to get the long rather than me getting it, because obviously it does make me feel good if someone is making money. All right, so thank you. So no trade for now, we wait. Yeah, most of the time that would be the case. So we either have a trade open and then just open the live stream just to talk about it and how we going to manage it, or we're going to talk about a future setup, or do nothing. All right, So, or that's, sorry, it's two ways. You either, or most likely, we either have a setup lined up or a trade being taken, and then we're going to talk about it, all right? This manipulation is why I like the idea of a bullshit proof extra wiggle room for a stop loss. Manipulation will get you otherwise, or you just do nothing and anticipate the manipulation and then enter on those manipulation wicks, maybe. All right. I wouldn't say them, or sorry, I'm not sure. Sorry, let me maybe double check with you, brother. What do you mean by be or hating manipulation? Because, like, you can call this a manipulation, but that's perfectly reasonable, understandable, technical moves. Like, I've literally went and explained why we wicked below 88, wicked below this area, and even this wick wasn't random, right? So, like, I'm quite loving. If you want to call it manipulation, I do quite feel or love this manipulation, guys. To be honest. NYE will tell if we get a trade. Yeah, it's like still 1 hour away, 1 hour and 15 minutes away, but then yeah, that would be maybe a decisive factor. We should have been long from 88 after a big rejection, but I've missed it. To be honest, should have, could have is easy to blame yourself, but trust me, as long as you didn't lose money, I'm totally, or you should be totally fine with yourself. Like, see how I'm totally not being like, not caring about missing a trade. Like, if someone gotta be like, if someone gotta be maybe sad or mad about missing a trade, that could be me, because I literally spoke about it for days, live streamed about it, made videos about it, and even literally had it on my chart 24 hours. But I did miss it technically with only, I'd say, a quarter of a percent, right? But still, I'm quite proud of myself. I actually, guys, by the way, like, whenever you want to make it in trading, you gotta be proud of yourself if you do not take a trade, whether it goes your way or not, because it shows a resilience in terms of you actually avoiding like breaking your own rules, right? Because, like, obviously it feels bad. Someone may feel bad because, oh, we planned to enter at 87.6 and then it only hit 87.69 and it went up, all right? But think about how like amazing you'd feel if you didn't long here and then the price actually crashed to 85. Like, it's easy to feel bad of a missed, or sorry, you only feel bad about you missing a winning trade. But if this end up being actually a drop and you maybe potentially losing a trade, you wouldn't feel bad about losing it. So see how, like, kind of ironic the human brain is, all right? So I don't want you guys to feel bad about losing this, all right? Actually feel proud. Either feel proud, which is maybe a bit crazy mindset to have, or just feel nothing or do nothing, in terms of actually like doing something differently, or even like beating yourself about missing a trade. All right, so got Muhammad Irfan Ahmed. You thought us that if the market establishes a peak before the US market opens, there is a 90% chance we'll break that peak. Do you expect a buy opportunity to emerge around 87 or 86, or it's so far? Yeah. So yeah, technically the thing that I always say, guys, that yes, whenever, not specifically and explicitly on Monday, yes, the low on Monday has a higher likelihood of actually being retaken back again. So yes, as I said, guys, from the beginning, that the low on Monday today, sorry, this week, the low on Monday was put at 89.8. But the reason why I'm not totally focused on this area is because literally the Monday open happened while the move was started, or did start. So nothing seems interesting in terms of liquidity and volume at the section of the chart. So, like, I'd either wanna like maybe target 89 because that's the beginning of the move, or just forget about the 89.8, which is the Monday open in general. All right, I'm not saying that totally forget about it, but at least I wouldn't be trading based on the low of Monday, because it doesn't look like nice or enticing to me. We may go back to it. If we do, then that's totally fine. So that would probably mean us like see us go to 89, right? But I wouldn't be participating in a trade like that, like, most likely, right? Because that would maybe look more bearish, or on the bearish side. Like, I think that if we lose 90.4, we'll probably go back lower to 87 again. So I'm not going to be focusing on the low of Monday for today. Unfortunately, I'd much rather, or I'd much prefer us continuing holding this local lower time frame structure and just going to 93 and finally freeing ourselves of us literally not being able to hold 91 ever. Like we've literally been trying this and never managed to get it. uh all right, do we believe do you believe, sorry, we are in a bear downtrend, so very pump is a short opportunity? Let us know your thoughts. Yeah. So it remains to be seen. Obviously, it's easy to call every little pump as a fake out, even though like I was the person or I was the guy who was super bearish on Bitcoin ever since we had lost 112. Like I don't wanna like repeat myself, but just go back and watch the videos, not even the videos, just look at the thumbnails that I made for the past whole month and a half. They're all very or mostly bearish, especially this time period where we spoke about 84, 98. Bitcoin was actually at 116, 112. I was talking about lower. All right. But now that we're getting lots of follow through, we're getting higher lows being made, higher highs being created. Also, this 91 area being tested lots of times. Literally, guys, we had tested it once, failed, tested it twice, failed, and then maybe this one will be actually a good break to the upside. And also, we gotta remember that, as I said, the structure has been changing for the first time. This is the first time we put higher highs and higher lows. All right, that's the third consecutive higher low. And also, I should remind you guys that on a higher time frame, I am focusing on this whole year worth of price action, and I'm using the volume profile to dictate whether we are bullish or not. So while above 90k, I'm looking at this as super bullish. Us, firstly, making higher lows, so working our way through or upwards into the value area low, and also testing it twice and failing. Now that's the third time we're testing it, so that could be finally the enough energy and momentum for us to go and hit 97. So like think about it this way, like every single time we get a little bit of a strength, we go retest 91, we fail. We gain more strength by making a higher low, and we retest again and we fail. Another time, we literally third time, we make or gain a little bit of more momentum and then try again. So I'm not saying 100%, but this does look like it's going to 97, 96. That is not a prediction, but a technical view of the market. Now, obviously, it's going to be anchored with the fact that we gotta like hold 91 or 90k. All right, holding 90k would probably make me feel that we're going to 96, 97. At 96, 97, I'll either try to short, maybe a little scalp short, and even after like succeeding in the short or not, I'm going to be waiting for 116 if we follow or break 1 or 97. So I see 97 as more important, but 90, 91 is also a little bit of an important area, to be honest. So we gotta understand where we're coming from and how the market has been shifting. All right, I'm not saying that I'm bullish per se. I didn't manage to catch along, but me not being in a long doesn't mean that I cannot see and tell myself the truth, hard facts of the market structures. All right, give me a second here, guys, and I'll take a look at the comments. Give me a second here, guys. All right. Hello, we got Living's Fun Man, we got Two Flex. How you doing, brothers and sisters too? We're already short due to reason. I'm not sure. If you want to short, then that's totally fine. Ahmed, can you take a look at the potential price of ETH if Bitcoin pumps to 97? I do like the question. Hopefully, I'll take a look at it. And what are the good targets to short ETH? All right, I'll talk a lot about ETH because I've got lots of stuff to talk about ETH. So I'll mention that like 100%. We got Hamid. How you doing, bro? Hala. Do you think QE or quantitative easing will help us flip the downtrend? To be honest, I'd say this, that you gotta understand that whatever the market is expecting, all right, so it's quite important, all right, I don't focus much on news, but know this, guys, that on Wednesday, the 10th of December, which is going to be in 2 days, all right, we got the Fed potentially cutting rate. Why? Because obviously the forecast here is a cut of a quarter, so a quarter of a percent, all right, 0.25%, all right, is the expected cut rate. So we're expected to not only have a cut rate, but also a 0.25%, the usual number, the least number, the lowest number that they do usually, which is the 0.25%. So think about it this way. You gotta understand, guys. Please, I've been always saying it, and I want to use it as an opportunity because I do understand that on Champs Crypto, the English channel, we've only started doing constant daily live streams for the past month and a half. So we haven't gotten lots of chances to talk about how does the federal cut rate or the decision in general, whether they're cutting or not, or even increasing, how does it affect the market. So whatever I'm going to say right now is going to be coming from a trading perspective. Please understand that everything that I'm going to say is only about someone who wants to trade or would love to know how the market would be affected as a trader only perspective from the Fed cut rate or cutting rate probably or expectedly on 2 days from now, right? So just know this, that 2 days, 48 hours from now, we're going to be seeing the federal cut rate happen, which is going to be 0.25%. Now, firstly, understand that these kind of news, especially the rate cut, are always priced in. Like, what I mean by that basically the market responds by moving like bullishly or bearishly, depending on how the expecting outcome of the news is before the news even come out. So think about it this way. Like, why did the market pump from, let's say, the 21st of November? We've been literally pumping, guys. By the way, let's not act as if the market hasn't gone up. We had gone up like 14 to like 17% for the past, I'd say, almost half a month, all right? More than a half a month, 17 days, all right? So don't act as if the bullish move will only begin at the moment of time the news are like announced. You gotta understand that for those kind of like expected, very highly expected news, they mostly move the market beforehand. Obviously, I think most of you guys would have heard of the statement or the quote of like buy the rumor, sell the news. That's a very, very famous like quote. Why? Because that's actually how usually the market does. Like, literally, just because like the expectation is like very, very expected, like it's almost a certainty that the federal bank almost certainly for them, they are scared that the markets or the banks or the whole like economy in general will be shocked by any kind of change. So what they do basically is they go on a marketing like journey, the marketing run like a month prior to the announcement, saying pretty much or almost like nearly just quite saying it like that they're going to actually cut the rates. So you gotta understand that the federal bank has made it quite obvious that they will cut rate. It is not a certain thing, but let's call it an 85 to a 90% expected thing to happen. So think about it this way. If everybody's like almost certain that a bullish thing will happen, would it make more sense for you to buy before the thing happens? I think that we all will agree about that. So that's mainly the reason why we had seen Bitcoin pump from 80K all the way higher to 91, 92, 93, 94, right? So please don't act as if you're going to be buying just now or after that thing is announced, because you can understand that everybody that had bought pre-news will be selling at the announcement event. So please be cautious and stop acting as if it's going to be like the reason we're going to pump. It may happen, and probably like you gotta understand that these kind of news are only bullish and positive for the long term. Like, if you want to ask me as an investor, will I be happy with a rate cut? I'll say yes, definitely. It's going to be maybe like affecting the market and pumping the market for the next month, 2 or 3. But if you ask in the Ahmed perspective of a trader, I'll tell you that I wouldn't care, and I'd probably be even leaning towards expecting a little drop on that day or on the 2 or 3 days after that announcement. So please understand that if you're an investor, you gotta be happy with the Fed bank cutting rate. But if you're a trader, you either don't care about it or maybe lean on the other side, because most of the time it happens like it goes vice versa, or it does a fake out. So if the news is bullish, it will rise for like literally like 2 weeks prior. the Fed like announces the most obvious outcome, and then the market drops. And also on the flip side, if they wanna increase interest rate, the market will start dropping. 2 weeks prior to that, they announced the obvious news, and the market will pump because everybody was selling. So you gotta understand that, guys, because most of you guys will be totally happy and euphoric. Like, if you wanna do something, you either don't do nothing or lean towards bearishness and look for shorts prior to the announcement. Like, maybe I would love to catch a short at 97, like within the next 48 hours, for me to have a short while everybody's super happy or waiting happily about the forecast of us expecting a higher a lesser interest rate. All right, so I'd either look for a short or do nothing. But please, for the love of God, don't be the third beginner retailer, stupid, with all due respect to whoever thinks this way, trader who's looking to long just based on the fact that we're going to have an interest rate cut. Everybody knows that, so don't trade based on that. All right, so thank you guys. Hopefully it was very obvious. Give me a second here. uh Give me a sec. All right, so I think I've missed a few questions here, so let me like read them one by one, guys. Thank you. We've got Hamad. Alhamdulillah, I'm doing quite right. Thank you, Hamad. Del, see me gap. I won't be paying much attention on that. It's not pumping to 97 today. Uh, you can't give me explicit statements. Like, even though like we don't need to be explicit here and say like these like random words, guys. But please understand that I'm talking to Jack D here. Please understand that nobody can expect or predict the market. Like, I said 97 as as an expected outcome of us holding 91, but don't say we won't be going to 97. Nothing, no one knows the future. Anyways, give me less than a second here, guys. Sorry, right? All right, I was saying that like you're more than welcome to actually give me an expectation, a prediction, a setup, anything you're looking at, but please don't mention it as an explicit set statement. Nobody knows the future. Don't tell me 97 is not possible. Don't tell me $0 on Bitcoin even is not possible. Everything is possible, guys, unfortunately and fortunately even. Why on I thought the upwards move the one needs to be on the bottom. Why your Fibonacci has on the upper part? I thought the upward move the one needs to be on the bottom. Let me explain to you guys this way, even though like there's a very maybe there's a hard tangent to go on, but let me like quickly give you the one how to trade Fibonacci 101. All right, so if the market has put a high then a low, all right, and we are here, we're going to take the Fibonacci, take it from the high to the low, all right? If on the flip side, if the market has bottomed, then topped out, and then we're dropping here, we'll obviously take it from the low to the high. So it depends on what happened first. If the high happened first, then you'll take it from the high to the low, and obviously the vice versa on the other side. So I know that's too beginner, like that's too like beginner level, but I'm totally fine with covering these quick stuff if I'm able to do so. Hopefully that was your question. I'm not sure. I'm pretty sure that was it, but let's see. 4-hour candle going to close. Yeah, I don't pay much attention on candles, to be honest. Right? I may look at them just for fun and maybe for a better look of the structure, but you gotta understand that there's nothing different about the 3-hour candle and the 4-hour candle, or the 3.5-hour candle. Yeah, technically you can literally make custom candles, guys, times, because candles only show you like a representation of a period, right? So please don't like overly love these candle patterns or whatever you want to call them. Like, I literally don't trade. Like, the stupidest thing you can do is actually trade like candle patterns, right? Ahmed, bro, what's your thoughts about carry trade unwind coming? I'm not sure what you mean. Maybe you can tell me that. Everything they cut, we dumped. Why should this time be different? Every time they cut, we dumped. Yeah, to be honest, yeah, it could sometimes, because everybody's expecting a dump because of the bullish news, it could bump. Yeah, the market is like crazy like that. But yeah, we gotta stick with how it's going. But even though brother Vicky, all right, or sister, you may think that it's like that simple, but trust me, everybody, I always see it on Twitter, I always see on YouTube, everybody getting too long just because it is the day of the federal cut rate, right? So trust me, the retailer beginners usually love to buy just because we're getting close to a federal cut rate, right? In any case, let's be prepared for the future movements so we know roughly what we need to do. Exactly. Yes, I think that, or not. I think I know that. Like, you gotta forget about the past and just watch and like focus on the future. It may sound cheesy, but trust me, guys, that's the important thing here. A billion USDT just minted. This is a huge signal for traders. To be honest, it's not. Like, how would I use it as a trade signal exactly? Yeah, guys, I think most of you guys fail to understand that if you want to become a profitable day trader or an actual trader that buys and sells at least once, twice, or 3 times a week, sometimes even on a daily basis, or even more than a daily basis, like a couple of times a day, then you gotta focus on the chart. Stop looking at random reasons. I'm not going too long as soon as I hear that Tether minted a million or a billion. That could affect the market if you're an investor and you're like looking long term. Could be an effect, but on a daily basis, just a noise to me, to be honest. All right. Now, if you get a 50 basis points, that's a different story. Yeah, because it is an unexpected scenario, then yes, I think that if they cut 20, sorry, 50 instead of 25, then yes, that could be a bit bullish. But even still, even with that, I won't be longing as soon as they announce an unexpected bullish news. I never trade news, guys. What trading strategy you use? Hopefully, I'm coming out with like not little, but like good 10 to 20 minute like long-term videos that explain strategies and how I make money on the trading, because I do understand that all of my videos are literally, the little ones that I do on a daily basis are literally just little quick updates of the market. So I gotta make like high quality videos. I'm working on them. I've got a like very nice team that's literally like, we're planning and cooking up like nice ideas to trade, or sorry, to post. So like bear with me. I'm hopefully going to come out with like little short videos and also long-term, long duration videos, right? uh Let me quickly read what we've got over here. All right. Uh, I think you mean bro. You are most likely getting that pump to 98K on Fed day. Yeah, it could happen. I won't be participating if we only pump without me longing. Like, I won't be longing just because the Fed had cut rate. All right, bro. Whenever Bitcoin weekly candle close below, no. What do you think about this? I don't care about this stuff, unfortunately or fortunately. I'm expecting with a sweep of 94.5, then dump to late to 88, then pump. Yeah, that's totally sounds reasonable. You're targeting the high, then seeing lower, then that's fine. But don't you seem to know what you're doing, so you're using the term expecting, so that you're not knowing. So at least I'm happy about that, because I hate the kind of comments that literally tell me how, or sorry, they make it seem as if they know the future. But if you're expecting something, you're planning out multiple setups with them, that's totally fine. All right. Hold on. I'm trying to catch up with the comments here. Hobby said, "Is seeking idea sell trade at 96.8 reasonable, brother?" Yeah. I wouldn't say at 96.8 because that's the line where I've got it, but just know that it's a level or a zone. It's like basically from 96 to 98, 97.6. So it's not explicitly the area or the blue line, sorry, the orange line that I've got here. So know that it's a zone, and I'd much prefer, like, by the time we go closer or get closer to 97, or 96, we'll get clarity or more clarity on how better to trade it. So maybe you can like form little liquidity, fake out, and then use this as a sign to enter. So like, even though I have a general zone of short interest, but me or exactly how I'll take that, I won't know until we go there. All right. uh Give me a second here. uh Ahmed, do we have usually pumped when NYC exchange open? Yeah, thank you for the question. I love the fact that you guys are like catching up or catching on the stuff, the little stuff that I say, and also the questions are getting smarter. So thank you a lot. All right. So Renata's asking, do we get a pump on the New York Exchange Open? Well, you're closer to something that is important to happen on the NYC Exchange Open, but it's not a pump. So usually my collected stat on what happens usually on the New York session is, first of all, once the New York session opens, which is going to be in exactly 54 minutes, right? So just look at the clock, see or count or convert whatever 54 minutes mean to you, all right? And that would be the open for New York session. Obviously, that would be 9:30 Eastern time in the US, or 6:30 Dubai time in my time, all right? So once the NYC stock exchange opens, right, technically what happens, or the expected outcome is actually, firstly, an important high increase of volume, so we can like see, literally notice how important the market, or how smoothly the market actually moves up and down. So the moves are like more stronger. And also, I sometimes would prefer that the market opens, fakes out a certain area, and then goes on a reversal. So even though it's not a set like thing to say, but just understand that sometimes whenever I have a long like prepared on the lower side, I'd love for the New York's exchange to open, and then we go lower dip. Everything that happens in between the first second to the first 30 minutes, I see it as a fake out, and then hopefully the market will most likely do the opposite. So if we pump, then it's most likely that we go lower. If we drop or dump, it's most likely that we go higher. That's my collected stat. This is not a prediction, so don't take it as a explicit rule, but just keep it in mind that, like, if we open the next session now with you guys, hopefully I'll try maybe to stay live, because obviously that would mean us going 2 hours live streaming. All right, so I'll see if that's even possible. But like, just know that once the market opens, if we get a nice perfect drop, get my area of support hit, or sorry, my area of interest to long hit, I'll probably take the long, with the idea that we have a higher likelihood of actually then hitting new highs on a reversal after we move. So just know it this way, or remember it this way: we go lower, then we're going to be having it as a fake out, and then go up, or the opposite. All right. Let me quickly double check and see what we've got here. All right. Give me a second here. All right. A pump to 94K would be so nice. Yeah, to be honest, that would be totally nice. Jaden said, where did you get your volume profile from? The one in weeks is basic compared to yours. Now, I haven't checked how does it look on the weeks chart. I'm guessing you're just looking at the trading view. Let me see how it does look here. Yeah, so let me see how it looks here. Alright, it's not even basic. Now, by the way, you can even edit the settings. So I can literally go on weeks now, and I'll edit the settings for you. But I'll always recommend, by the way, guys, even though I recommend weeks as a place to do your trading or execute your trades, that's the area or the place where I make my money. So my money making engine is weeks, alright? But the back end, or think about weeks as the front end, the place where I place my trades. But the back end, where I do my analysis, my TA, is purely and only on TradingView. So TradingView is where I chart the long or short setup, and I go on weeks just to take or manage my trades, open, close, set stop loss, take profits, or whatever, or everything of that sort. But if you want to just do little quick TA on weeks, then obviously this volume profile is not it's not basic at all, to be honest. This is, by the way, guys, this is actually a TradingView look, or a TradingView API. So this is literally TradingView, all right? So you can literally edit it. So go on the settings of the volume profile, just put it randomly, and then go to the settings, put this as number of rows. That's the main difference here. Move it from 24 to 500, all right? Up, down, and then 70, and then you're done. And then you go to the style options, and then here you can play with the styles. Obviously, let me take a look at how it does look. All right, so let me see what this does. I'm just playing out with the ideas. I've never tried this. All right. So as you can see, maybe we don't have the value area low and high. Okay, that's a difference. All right, let me double check, because we're supposed to have it. All right, we're witnessing a drop here on Bitcoin. I'll take a look at it. Don't worry, guys. All right, so as you can see, we don't have the value area high and low. So yeah, we do have a difference, but that's a minor difference because all I care about when it comes to trading is this line, which is the here is actually closer to grayish white, but you can literally change it. So on trading view it is red, but I think that it looks better on weeks when it's white. All right, so that's it. That's basically it, guys. By the way, let's remove the histogram color. All right, that's it. So here's the volume tool exactly as it is. Nothing is basic. That's exactly how it is. So that's the highest volume area within the analyzed area. All right, the only difference is that we don't have the value area low and high. Not the main thing, but as I told you guys, that could be a quick tool to use, but I wouldn't use weeks or any exchange for that matter, because they usually have this like panel just for you to like casually check the price. Don't use it as your pro trading place or pro trading chart or pro charting like area. All right, do it on trading view, then take trades on weeks. Monday pump. Not necessarily. Any tips for being a profitable swing trader? The reason I don't do day trades is because it's stressful. Also, you told us that you two hold some long-term trades. Yeah, I actually do love like being a long-term trader more than an actual swing. Sorry, more than a scalp day trader, by the way. But I found out myself personally being or having a higher success in terms of a higher P&L by combining the good of both worlds. So I try to enter as a day trader and then have it or try to have it open on a higher time frame. But if I want to give you a tip on how you can better only guide your trading decisions or your setup the look for a setup decision, maybe just focus on a higher time frame move. All right, and then also look for a higher time frame volume point of control. So I can literally, let me tell you this. So see how this 87k area, that would have been a swing trader trade. Why? Because the volume that I based on this section of the chart, why I wanted to trade 87 or 87.5 was because in addition to even that being a higher time frame like structure, a follow of a higher time frame structure, also we got the most importantly this being a higher time frame volume pull. Now I'm not talking about the time frame per se, I'm talking about the period. So this volume analysis is basically taken in mind a whole 20 days or not 20 days, 17 or even that's 16 days of worth of volume. So see how this volume section of the chart, I'm only talking about this, by the way, I'm not talking about this whole section, I'm talking about ever since we had started accumulating volume in between 87 and 83, that was made and built for a good 10 to 15 days. So that would maybe make you, or sorry, that would only tell you or let you trade on a swing trade maybe mindset. So notice how sometimes I do take a period of a volume profile, like I'll go on the lower time frame and do this, for example. Now that's on the 30-minute time frame, doesn't matter, but look on how large or small the period is. That's basically us analyzing 3 days worth of volume. So rather than looking at the specific time frame, I think that the idea of time frame is overemphasized in YouTube and on Twitter, guys. By the way, don't look at the time frame, look at the period or how large or small the period is. So 3 days is just this section of the chart, no matter how like different I look at it. Like if I move to the 5-minute time frame, this is still 3 days. If I go to the 4-hour time frame, that is still 3 days. So stop putting overemphasis on the time frame, but look at the period. If you want to become a swing trader, focus on catching trades that are with a much larger period that you're analyzing. So maybe let's say 7 to 20 days would be the area where you're looking and analyzing the anchored view ups, your volumes, your liquidity. All right, look for liquidity and a point of control that is sitting on a higher time frame. All right, sorry for being overly to be honest, overly analytical here. Not sorry, but hopefully guys you're enjoying me actually entertaining and answering in depth those very, very important but also advanced questions. Let me quickly take a deeper look in what we're doing here. All right, I think I've got an invoice here. All right, sorry. Shuk said, أو شوق ممكن, not sure. There's liquidity seeking sitting at 90. Yeah, exactly. And yeah, I do agree with that. 94k happy enough. We'll see. Maybe you can get that. I think most of you guys are just wishing to get a little bit of a pump. Most of you guys seem to be in a long, so I'm hoping the best for everybody that has or is in a long. These type of tips help us to being better day by day. All right, thank you for your nice comments. These kind of comments do actually like show me or prove to me that me spending like 5 to 10 minutes answering in depth every single question wouldn't like go unnoticed, or not even unnoticed. I'm not looking for attention. I'm only looking for people to actually benefit from me like wasting my energy and wasting my sound talking about this stuff. All right. Hobby said it's very unique to have live stream acts like training. Thank you. Yeah, it's a thing that I kind of enjoy. Like, I don't wanna just come in here and talk about setups. I want to do whatever I enjoy on a daily basis. And I'm quite enjoying the fact that you also guys seem to be enjoying actually asking me questions. Like, I think that most of the live stream is led by you guys. So like, if there is no questions, nothing will be said. I'll just watch for the on the price, spend like 30 minutes, maybe 1 hour max, and then just dip. Because like, it would be totally boring if I'm just talking to myself. All right, we've got Wayne saying smash the likes button. We need more likes than minutes streaming. All right, so we've got how long? We've got 65 minutes. Let's see how many likes are in. We got 59 likes. Okay, I think we're dipping below the Wayne metric standard. Let's push it up. All right, thank you, Wayne, for coming up with these smart, very smart, nice, fun ideas. We got Living's Fun said hydration reminder champ. Thank you. Let's do that. Let's follow the lead of Living's Fun. I do gotta be reminded, by the way, guys. So thank you for saving me from being dehydrated. Thanks for the explanation. Can you stream just one day when the stock market opens? Then we'll do a live analysis. Yeah, maybe, yeah. I think that should be something that we test out. Give us the anchored view up settings. All right, that's totally okay with me. Everybody has the right to ask me a question. All right, so these are the settings. Nothing has changed. I think that these are all default. So standard deviation first, and then that one would be the H plus L plus 3 divided by 3. Oh, sorry, plus C divided by 3. And this one is the confusing part. So I think the default comes with all of these ticked on. So just tick them off. That's it. You're done. Nothing is like too difficult to set up the anchor view. Sorry, guys. Walaikum salam, Bureau. Do you know the Wyckoff accumulation? Yes. Do you think that we are currently in such phase? To be honest, even though I've spoke about it, I've made videos about it, I did actually like put it in a course that I filmed like way ago, but it's not something that I look into on a daily basis. So I don't have a comment regarding your question, unfortunately, or your comment. But yeah, I do know about it. It is interesting in an investment perspective, but as I'm putting my trading hat on for today, I don't care about it much, to be honest. Ahmed, what's your short-term analysis on Bitcoin next month? I don't like to keep myself like restricted with a certain period or a certain time. I can tell you price actions, or I can tell you like holding 91 would maybe make me more bullish, leaning towards 97 and then 116. All right, losing 91 would make me more bearish, losing and waiting for 78 on that. But I can't be restricted with a certain time, because I can never tell you if we're going to see a certain like target or prediction hit in a matter of minutes, seconds, days, months. Nobody knows. So unfortunately, I cannot tell you in a month where I'm looking at for the price. It's something that nobody knows, to be honest. Like, some people do entertain these kind of questions, but I think these are only empty answers. So I don't want to give you an empty analysis, unfortunately. Ahmed, what do you think about the CME gap? I don't care about it. Unfortunately, I don't care about it. Everything that is famous, every retailer, every beginner knows about it. I try to stay away from it. Like, why? It's not a rule for me to focus on the CME gap. All right, I see it as a distraction. Maybe if we come up with a certain strategy that has within it an actual like rule that you need a certain way of the CME to be at, or the gap to be at, then maybe be my guest. If you're doing smartly, that's fine. If you're just following the herd by just every single Monday. Where's the CME gap? Where's the CME gap? I want to target the CME gap. Trust me, guys, you're gonna lose your money because the market likes to wait for every beginner to do something expected and then takes them out. And then even if it's going to fill the gap up, it's hard to trade based upon it. All right. Thank you for your analysis. I discovered your channel a week ago, expecting a pump after the stock exchange opens. Hopefully 94k, like a lot of people here. Thank you, YK. Thank you for joining the community. You're always welcome. Sorry I missed the volume indicator. Could you make a short guide on it? Yeah, no worries. I can show you the settings again. I can literally spend all of the live stream explaining again and again how the settings are. So nothing is too complicated. Just keep this as it is, change this to 500, and that's it. The style is our artistic choice. You can change the colors of it. All right, but how to use it, unfortunately, I will need to maybe make videos in the future, because I cannot spend hours explaining how a specific tool works. All right, it's not a magical indicator, but it is an actual way of just reading the market. It just analyzes the volume. There is liquidity seeking. Yeah, I think I've read that question. Thank you, SUK. Right. ES said, love you, sir. I don't lie. I don't follow you from very long, but I still feel a connection with you, sir. Yeah, thank you. Most of the followers, by the way, guys, don't feel bad if you haven't been following me for a while. Even though the channel seems maybe old, because we have made 125 videos, just because we're consistent with actually going live every single day and making little videos every single day. We have gone quickly and hit the 100 mark on the video site creation. But the channel, the technical actual start was only from, I think, mid-August, right? So it's actually technically a brand new channel. I have grown the Arabic one to 9k subs. We are also getting closer to 1000 videos. So I'm literally boring my heart out by making content on a daily basis. I gotta go and make a live stream on the Arabic channel, by the way, guys, in the next couple of minutes. So I'm making daily content on the Arabic one, built this one to 9k subs. Even though it's not growing as much, we rarely grow. Literally, like, I've spent 3-4 years making videos just because I love making content and teaching and building a nice brotherly and I don't know how to say it with the sisters, but brotherly and with the sisters too connection, right? So it's totally not about the sub count, guys, but I'm totally happy about how much the channel have grown in the past month and a half. So you gotta remember, guys, that most of you guys are only or would be a viewer of mine, the brand new viewer of mine. Like, at the maximum, I'd be amazed if someone watching the live stream have been watching me for more than a month or so, maybe 2 months at the maximum. All right, so don't feel bad, totally all right. Hopefully we're going to build this community much higher. All right. Ahmed from Libya. Yeah, yes. I want to ask you, why market give so many fakes move in new? I'm new to this. All right, think about it this way. The market is winners against losers. So if everybody's trying to fight against each other to make money and profit out of the market, obviously the market would hunt the losers to make money with a little few of the portion of the traders. All right, so if everybody is setting the stop loss at a certain area, usually the market just fakes them out, then pumps, fakes them out, then dumps. Everything is about a fake out and how much can we make people lose before we go at a certain direction. So once you understand that the market is set against you, set to get you, then you gotta be cautious and understand that it's about actually taking a profit and running away. Taking a profit and running away. Stop being the kind of person to always never set a stop loss. All right. All right. Sorry. Will Bitcoin pump to 93k today? I have no idea. I cannot tell you. I do expect a pump if we manage to hold 90k. I do expect a pump to 93 and then maybe 97, but I can't tell you if it's going to happen. And if it is going to happen, I cannot tell you if it is going to happen today or tomorrow or even on the next second or so. Nothing can be answered, guys, unfortunately. Sorry, most of the beginners think that that's totally fine. That's a totally famous misconception, right? That they think that if someone is making money profitably as a trader, they know where the price is going. As I said, guys, I even get that sort of questions from my friend. They think that just because I make money from trading, I'd know where the price is going or where the market is going. But I cannot. The game of trading is not about expecting or predicting or knowing where the market is going. No one but God would know. But all I can do is actually set a smart ideas, set a smart areas to long if we dip, short if we pump, and that is basically it. All right. Ahmed, what do you think of these liquidity charts? That's a lot of. Yes, it looks a bit overrated. Yeah, I haven't tried them, so I always try to keep an open mind whenever I get asked about stuff that I've never tried before. But I do know about them, the heat maps and the liquidation maps. I think they are full of like. They're too famous, and also they're like too hard to use for a trade. What can I do with the idea that liquidations are at a certain area? And also, I want to question the fact of where these data are coming from. What kind of back end exchange are they connected to? All right. So if they tell me more info, I can maybe make up my mind, try it out. But I've never tried it. Still trying not to. Yeah, guys, no worries. I told you it's going to be your Christmas gift, so don't worry. I got it next to me. So it is now 3 weeks old. I think this new Mac is. So it has been sitting here rotting on the table on my desk for the past 3 weeks. Don't worry, guys. I will get it done before the end of the year. Please make a special video on TradingView. Thanks in advance. That will be coming and is coming, guys. I told you guys I'm in contact and we're working with a nice perfect team, because guys, you gotta know that my time is limited with my business that I run, and also for being an actual full-time trader. I'm already spending like stupidly, and just because I actually love it, I'm already spending like 3 hours at max, or maybe even more, in a day, by being a content creator, or even though I've never wanted to be. All right, so I'm already putting more than I can, but I actually have a team right now that would maybe, or not maybe, will actually help me push more content on Instagram and also on YouTube, and we'll be making videos, actual like full higher quality videos that will maybe live for longer on YouTube. Because obviously if I make a video about longing or shorten, that these will expire after a couple of hours to a day at the maximum, right? So someone gotta keep up with them and they won't grow in views. But hopefully, once I start making evergreen videos, I can start, instead of actually wasting 5 to 20 minutes a live stream answering questions and repeating myself, I can refer those viewers to those specific videos. So I'm working on it. Just let me work, guys. Don't worry about it. Hopefully I'll start pushing some nice extra shiny content your ways. If you see that the thumbnail looks totally nice, and just know that the day of evergreen videos has come. For the time being, they are still the boring nice videos that I make. Whenever, make sure that you've got the notification bell on. If you ever receive a nice thumbnail from me, understand that this could be the video, or this could be the time where we're going to go and actually explain stuff. All right. So thank you, Oyenton, bruh. Sorry for mispronouncing your name. Sir, why don't you use the EMA and MA? Because most people know it. Yeah, exactly. It's too known, too famous, too beginner. Everything, the RSI, MACD, everything that is easy and everybody talks about, trust me, won't make you money. All right. Ahmed, quality over quantity. I'd say it's both at the same time, but I'm leaning towards quantity by focusing. Sorry, I try to bring quantity with quality, but quality by quality information rather than quality of content. All right, if you get what I'm saying, like I focus on saying stuff that are important rather than make stuff look shiny and nice. All right. Uh, Could you let us know which indicator are you using on the chart? Zero indicators, brother. It's all about plain, simple, order flow, volume, price action, liquidity. Everything that seems hard, I'm doing, right? Because it does. I said from yesterday, guys. Or sorry, yeah, I think I've said that from yesterday, that if you spend less than a year trying to become a profitable trader, then that would be totally unreasonable, because it is a field where 5 to 10% only succeed. So how can you reasonably expect to use a random triangle and think that you'll be making money from putting an RSI and a triangle on? All right? Like, technically, just because the win rate within this field is 5 to 10%, logically the learning process gotta be higher than learning a couple of geometric shapes that we've learned on first grade, or whatever you want to call it, on your education system in your country. All right. Sir, you told us yesterday to learn liquidity. So how we learn it if it's not about heat map? I'm talking about liquidity, the price action chart liquidity, not the liquidity from the heat maps. All right. So maybe look liquidity up and see something other than the heat map thing. Long and setup ready. Good luck, everyone, today. Great analysis, champs. I already learned a lot understanding the market from you. I started trading 10 days ago. Wow, that's amazing, to be honest. Totally kudos for you. Hopefully you go well with. Obviously, the journey will be bumpy, but please be ready by actually putting a seatbelt on, which is the stop loss, guys. All right. Bitcoin going to fill the CME gap, bro. Nobody knows. Maybe. All right. Never say something that is like 100% certain. Don't tell me Bitcoin will do this or that. Nobody knows, guys. All right. Just sit back and watch. This area is very dangerous. If you want to lose your money, go trade now. We'll see. Smart money concept. Yeah, it has a blend of the SMC, ICT stuff. Yeah, the liquidity idea, the structure idea does or was not taken, but yeah, it was maybe learned from smart money concepts. So it's not a bad way of learning, but I don't fit exactly well in the SMC field because I also do look at the order flow. I do have my data feed here, which is on my laptop. I know that I need, just for the new viewers, by the way, let me show it to you guys. Please don't scold me on the fact that I still haven't set it up on my new Mac. My nice new Mac is still sitting in the box. So please bear with me, but I also always have this app that shows me the order flow. So I'm looking at real market data, but I also do look at the liquidity, which is considered a smart money concept. Not sure about that, to be honest. I hate labels, right? Do you use open interest and funding rate while trading or analysis? No. Could work for someone, but I try to minimize the factors and the stuff that I look at because it gets very hectic and confusing and noisy if you're looking at everything, because like lots of stuff will tell you lots of stuff, like different conflicting like signals, if you want to call it that. Is the long setup valid now since we tapped the area? To be honest, no, because I'd much prefer me or us waiting for the for next 28 minutes for the New York session open, all right, which is going to be in the night. I said 98 and 28 minutes, all right. Any books? Unfortunately, not. I'm getting wrecked in a Bitcoin long now, right now. Feels great. Totally. I feel you, brother, but you gotta like try to not to long the breakout. Like you should have had a reason to long. If you didn't have a reason and you're getting quote unquote wrecked, you should always set a stop loss. Like most of you guys fail to set a stop loss because you're entering without a reason. Like I always tell you that the stop loss function is there for you to put it at an area where your reasons are no longer valid, right? So if someone is entering with no reason, they don't have an area to put their invalidation point at. So I think the whole premise of you trading is just gambling in disguise. I'm not talking about you specifically, brother. I'm talking in general. Hamad said, where do you get the order flow from? It's an app called ExoChart. EXO chart, all right? Or EXO charts, all right? Just check it out. It is a paid app. Unfortunately, I have no like link to share you guys. Just look it up on Google. I think it costs like maybe $50 a month. All right. Sir, most of the time the volume increases after a big move. So how it helps us in trading? It's hard to care much. All right. I got 6 stop loss hits in a row, but my last trade made all the money back. Congrats, Maximilian. You're the man, to be honest. That sounds like music to my ears, to be honest, because that's what trading is about. It's not about flexing how much or how many times you win per trade or how many times you win per 10 trades. It's about what's your P&L after like going in a trading journey of like a month, 2, 3, 4, 5, even having gone like multiple quarters in a year, right? It's not about flexing you getting every single move right. It is about you failing, losing, getting your stop loss hit as Max has done 6 times, and then making it all up by just getting and winning one trade, right? So thank you for sharing your experience. Hoping the best for you, and hopefully it would become much easier in the future. Like, see how nice it is for you just to have made one trade right to make up the loss of 6 trades. Now imagine that could have been a hard time of the market. Now imagine you start losing, instead of 6 you lose only 3 and win 1 time. That would mean that you should double your money by by winning one and losing three, right? So like you can make money in the market. It is a misconception. You're being sold a lie by those who like make it seem as if you gotta win every single trade. A trader is here to make money. I'm not here to give you a prediction and tell you where your $100 invested in a random altcoin will go. All right. My strategy is to trade RST, SMC, and volume profile. Smart sounds good enough, to be honest. Anything that has to do with like real market data, which is the volume, order flow, liquidity, those stuff I like. All right. If you're trading with a pattern trend line, I'm against them. But if you're making money with them, that's fine. But please don't tell me, oh, I just got into the market, I'm going to trade this. Like, trust me, guys. No 100 million fund is like hedge fund is using like shapes to make money. Trust me. Even though it could break and go lower, or it could go up and go higher, but trust me, guys, you gotta learn stuff to make money. All right. The field has a 90 goddamn percent loss. So what makes you think learning a pattern will make you like sorry, 1 in 10, or even 1 in, I'm not sure, like 1 in 200. All right. Let me double check something here quickly, and then we'll keep on going on reading the comments. By the way, I'm going over time, guys, here because I'm supposed to go on the Arabic channel real soon. So I'll try to maybe delay it a bit, and then hopefully I'll make it up for them and to them by also staying for longer. I also want to mention, just because I hate to try and sell you stuff, guys. So by the way, please don't mind me talking about weeks. But if you want to support me and also you want to have a nice free bonus, I forgot to pin the message. So right now I'm going to pin it in the comment. Right, all right. So you got it pinned in the comment section, guys. We got the link for weeks, and also it will be always the first link in the description, because that's the place and my main exchange where I fully, as a profitable day trader, full-time day trader, I do open and close and execute all my trades on weeks. And I pretty much like them because they also, by the way, guys, don't have KYC. So it's pretty nice, or it's very easy to transition to weeks. But just because I hate selling you stuff, I only sell it once after spending 1 hour and 26 minutes with you. So if you want to support me, guys, and also catch a nice bonus, and also move to an exchange that supports fully a day trader mindset with the specificity and also the features of trading, as I do, by the way, guys, we also have the isolated separated. So I can literally open trades on a different directions. That's allowed on weeks. So if you want to move to that, be my guest. Obviously the link, if I gotta mention, guys, that if you want to use the link on the description, the first one on the description, or the comment that is pinned, you gotta understand that this will take you guys to my own referral code, which is QLWL, right? So just to make it totally transparent and honest, guys, I'm not here to sell you something. I have nothing to sell you in the description. But if you were to open up an account with Weeks, then that would support me, and also it is an affiliate link. So understand that if you open the account or open the link, you see this image which shows join Champs Crypto, and you get this nice offer. But understand that this means that I have my referral code being put in. So if you want to take it out, but understand that this is a nice way of supporting me while also getting the nice two kind of bonuses, one for making an account and one for depositing. Sorry, guys, for speaking for an hour and 30 minutes. Sorry, for 1 minute, and then finally saying that. So I try not to overly mention that. At least once a live stream is more than enough, right? Everybody knows about Weeks. Everybody knows that I prefer it as my main exchange, and you should always know that whenever you're prepared to move to it, the link will be for the best exclusive offer at that time, will be at the top of the description. So I don't need to repeat myself much, right? Please make a special video. Oh, I think I've read all of these. All right, sorry. I plan to buy long at 90.9 once we touch the VWAP. Yeah, that's the kind of plan I've got. All right, I will watch and see. I plan to buy long. I think I've said that. Are you going to Bitcoin MENA conference? Unfortunately, not. What are you expecting Bitcoin today or tomorrow? To be honest, I try not to like expect stuff for the day or for a couple of minutes or hours. All I try to focus on is just the Sorry, it is just the I forgot my thoughts. All right, my train of thoughts. Just I forgot them. All right. So all I've tried to focus on is the price action. So if it happens in a minute, happens in a day, same thing to me. All right. So I don't like to be expecting stuff for today or for tomorrow. I try to expect stuff based on the price action and the chart. Summary: you try to scalp from 91 if there is a bullish structure form, and you take profit and so yeah, kind of. All right, but the last part, which is like take a swing from 87, that remains possible, but not within the room of us holding 91. But yes, yeah, I want, or I'm looking for a potential long here and a potential maybe take profit at 93 and then a potential short at 97. And also if we happen somehow to retrace back all the way lower to 87, I'm going to be welcoming the chart to offer me my long that I wanted from the get-go, which is at 87. So yeah, I think yeah, you hit the nail on the head. 20, give me a second here. Give me a second. All right, I think we're good here. What is your strategy to trade Bitcoin or other coin? I mainly focus on Bitcoin, alright? And my strategy, I don't like, I don't use the word strategy, but I use volume in your, sorry, the volume, order flow, and the liquidity. Thank you, sir. Today I learned many things. Love it. Thank you, EH. Thank you for being appreciative and also for your nice words. Anything on the crystal ball? Yeah, to be honest, the crystal ball is saying that if we hold 91, we'll get an easy pump to 93.4. That is it. Yeah. But that won't be the only sole reason for me to jump into a long. I would love for like lots of reasons to line up. Then that would add extra confidence for me to long, right? So maybe dipping below, getting this and then going higher. I would love for this to be an easy long, not the best, but remains to be a good long to be seen. All right, so let me double check. Let's see. Not the best. So unfortunately, I hate for this to be only just me long in the anchored VO, but that would be that bad if we try to get a long, especially if we lose 91 and then go above it. I'd love for this to be happening. Not only do we hit the anchored VO up from this little downtrend on a scalp time frame, but also go on above 90, going below 91, we can just below it, then reclaiming 91.4. That would be maybe the idea behind it. What do you think about footprint? Yeah, I do use them and I do think they are valid. When taking the long trade, are you going to wait for a little dump at New York session? Then, yeah, exactly. Thank you, Dennis. What is your biggest win ever? Maybe I'll make a video about it because I try not to talk about money, but rather focus on like content. So I do admit that I haven't gotten into the flexing money numbers and stuff. But yeah, I'd say that even though I'm a trader first, I've made like most of my money by investing and trading Ethereum for like for the past 4 months, right? Because like it had compounded over years, and then I invested into ETH, and then ETH blew up. I longed it, invested into it literally from 1300 all the way to the all-time high. I still have, by the way, guys, sorry for repeating it, but maybe some of you guys are new. So if you go all the way lower, even though the channel, the English channel, only started in August, so you didn't the older views or only on the Arabic channel, you wouldn't have known about me investing into ETH, but you would have known about the last couple of days or weeks of me loving ETH. And then the English viewers would have watched me selling ETH publicly, telling and selling and making a video titled Why I Sold ETH. That was posted on the day of the all-time high. I'm not flexing here, but I'm just proud of the video. If you want to watch it, be my guest. Maybe you can learn a thing or two from it. All right, this one, Why I Sold Ethereum Today, literally was posted on the all-time high, and that's maybe the biggest one for me. Sorry. Hello, Ahmed, and everyone. Hello, Amoto. I'm glad that you were able to catch the stream. We have stuck for longer now, 1 hour and 30 minutes. I'm totally enjoying the stream, guys. I think you can tell because, like, even though I'm supposed to stick only around for an hour, I somehow, like, go and exceed that. Like, all right, last Friday or maybe Thursday, I did a pretty good job of actually sticking with the 1 hour. But before that, it was 1:30, 1:34, 1:44, 1:11. So it's quite rare that I actually stick with the timing, and it shows that I do love and enjoy you guys asking me questions and caring about trading. So thank you guys for asking me the right question to keep the flow going. No Discord channel. No, I have no Discord channel, but I do have a free Telegram channel in the description where I do post like little updates here and there in the morning or at night. And also whenever I make a video or I go live, I do post the link on the free Telegram channel. So nothing to sell you, no link to a Discord, no link to a community or something, but you can join the free Telegram channel. You're always welcome to be annoyed by me because I'm going to be I still post on it, all right? How to do compounding, please teach. By that I mean just by like investing over years, and then if you invest, I'll give you an example. Obviously, if you invest for years on years and like you trade, and then all your trading money profits, you move them into investment, and then that investment grows 10x, and then that 10x you move it into Ethereum, and Ethereum does a 3x, you'll make a 3x on your 10x, but on your money after like 10xing it. But if you think about it originally, then that's that 10x times 3, which is 30x. So that's what I mean by compounding it, right? So it's like years worth of like trading moved into investing, then put on a higher vehicle investment. A clickbait video for your biggest win would be a good for your reach. Yeah, that's the thing that my team is trying to convince me, that you should be making video. Even though I hate those salesy videos, they are saying that if I make a video here and there that are like bigger catchy videos with like money titles, then I'll be able to funnel people in, show them the bright stuff, and then hopefully take them and teach them the important stuff. So that's correct, to be honest, but I gotta bring myself to do it. All right, what makes you not trade? What that's a All right, so news events, and also not having a certain specific setup happen to me. Like I'll never trade an idea that I didn't plan ahead. So I think that most of my time spent is not on trading but watching and doing nothing, whether I'm gonna trade or not. Low volume and directionalist moves probably. Yeah, I think that's an answer to his question. Not even low volume, but just a move that doesn't give me a specific reason to trade. So I open up, I start my trading day or my trading like time. I do my analysis, I do my routine, right? And then if I plan out trades, I'll set alerts and then watch. If something is hit, I'll take it. If nothing is hit for the whole day, I'll enjoy my day, do my other businesses, run my stuff, do nothing other than maybe show up on the evening, do this live stream, and maybe enjoy the time with the community, because uh I'm not here to like entertain you guys, even though I do understand that for the entertainment purposes and also for flexing reasons I can literally force myself to open like low probability risky trades. But I never cared about maybe viewer retention. I could care less if viewers drop off if I keep on like answering advanced questions for literally 2 hours and never open a trade, because I'm here to make money. Like the last thing that I want is, just because I started making content, the last thing that I want is actually losing on the profits that I have on my own trading as a full-time person who makes a living from it. All right. So I try to make the content something extra, not something that controls my vehicle of making money, if you get what I'm saying. Sir, I'm not able to watch or learn more than an hour, but you are too much engaging. That's why I learn more than an hour, just because of you love your ideas and calmness. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And I'm quite appreciative for everybody that spends even a second on the live or hours. I totally get that the live streams, unfortunately or fortunately, get dragged out to maybe more than expected, more than I prepared for, but that only because I'm truly enjoying like the community feel we've built. All right, so if you don't have time to watch the full live stream live, be my guest. You can like go on with your life, do stuff that are important, more important, then you'll always have this live stream recorded back, so you can go back to it and watch it. We appreciate your time. Anything over an hour, I call it a bonus content. Thank you, Jimmy. Thank you, thank you. That's definitely something nice to hear. Wayne said, "Come on, champions! Ahmed been streaming for 97 minutes and only 86 likes. All right, we got a deficit of 11 likes to minutes ratio. Beat the streaming minutes. All right, let's see if we can do it. Thank you, Wayne. That's totally smart. I don't know how you came up with this. How do you identify engineered liquidity versus natural liquidity? Personally, I wouldn't care if it's natural or if it's engineered, to be honest. Just to keep it quite simple, like what would it how good would it like give me or tell me? If I see an obvious good looking liquidity area, I'll try to long or short it. All right, I don't care much, or to be honest, I don't know much about the natural versus engineered liquidity. I look at every liquidity as an opportunity, whether engineered or not, as an opportunity to kick out and hunt stop loss, and then for me to join in. All right, so if it makes sense for me, I wouldn't care if it's engineered, natural, or whatever. Thank you for asking smart questions though. Right. Hopefully the boring answers or won't bore you out, won't bore you guys out. Right. So let me double check her here. We got 9 minutes till the market opens, and I do unfortunately end the next. Let's see. I'll try to stay for 10 more minutes, not more, unfortunately, because I do gotta go live on my Arabic live stream channel. So I gotta show them both, or show you both guys love equally. So sorry. Let's check on ETH now. Yeah, let me check on ETH. Sorry, Livix Funman, for thank you for reminding me. All right, for ETH, very similar to Bitcoin. All right, so forget about this fake out that happened on yesterday. Right now we are still continuing actually making higher lows and higher highs, so same thing exactly. But now going back to the follow or the path that we need for ETH to go higher, I still got this, by the way guys, I haven't like taken it off. So for us to see higher on ETH, not only do we need, now it has flipped a bit. I'd say that if Bitcoin goes to 97, that would most likely mean that ETH had gone above 3300. So the next resistance for ETH is this area, which is like 3300. Flip it into support, we can have an easy, very easy pump to 3800, 4k on ETH, right? So that is the next target for me. Just like I think that Bitcoin can have an easy pump to 93 or even 97, I can see that ETH will have an easy pump at least 4 or 5%. And on this area, forget about the potential pump. On this area, all right, we can even see it as a potential short. I do love this potential short, to be honest. Look at this. So we got these highs with liquidity. Also, we got the anchored VWAP with a much higher time frame like section with the Fibonacci. So that's not saying that we'll 100% take the short, but if I get given this short, I'll 100% take it, because that is considered a higher time frame trade. All right, so for those, or for the person who asked me about the for the swing trading trades, this will be considered a swing trade, because it is basically taken into account data and like volume on a period of, I'd say, more than a month and a half even. All right, so that would be considered a higher time frame trade, but obviously I'll take it on a lower time frame, so the execution will be taken on the 30-minute time frame, I'd say. All right, so I'm going to be waiting for a hit of 3300, and then I'll wait for Bitcoin and see where Bitcoin is going. All right, because I need to know where Bitcoin is hitting, because if Bitcoin is not at a resistance yet, so let's just say Bitcoin goes to 95, at the same time ETH goes to 3300, obviously just because at 95 I have no resistance, so I'm going to be waiting for higher on Bitcoin. I want to be trying to short, because Bitcoin not having a resistance will probably mean that ETH will break easily and smoothly this resistance and see higher price. So please be cautious and understand that me mentioning a potential short at 3300 does not mean me shorting it definitely, especially because we're not talking about Bitcoin here, we're talking about ETH. All right, so we're talking about a coin that will be and would be affected by Bitcoin. Please understand the connection and how I need to look at Bitcoin before I take any kind of trade on ETH. But thank you for reminding me about it. But so technically, yeah, I'm bullish on ETH as I am on Bitcoin. Next target is actually 3300. Somehow we either get a short or flip it into support and see higher. All right, if we break 3300, we're going to have a smooth ride all the way higher to 38 to 40k thousand, 4k thousand, sorry, or 4k without the thousand. I think that's redundant. All right. Target for ETH. All right. So just continuing with the path and the plan that we had drawn out, I think a week or so ago, right? Nothing had changed or did change from it. How do you combine the VWAP and liquidity to cash the entry? Right. So I used the VWAP as the area to be hit, and then the liquidity as the area to be gone, or sorry, to go back under or to go above from, right? So think about it this way. For this example, all right? Thank you for the smart question. The anchored VWAP, preferably I'd love to have it above the liquidity area. So that's technically a liquidity zone, right? So the way I combine them is by having the anchored VWAP area. Obviously, this is a zone. It's not exactly a line. So think about it as a zone. Having the zone of the anchored VWAP being hit, and then use the liquidity point once we have gone up as the anchored like decision making, the break or make factor, by either never losing it and seeing higher and canceling the idea of the short, or losing it and then use it as a point to short here. Can you please mention the stop loss next time and when you open an order? Every single time I open a trade, guys, I'll always share the stop loss, and if I happen to take a trade live, I'll always tell you and make it obvious with you guys. But if you mean that, please don't be expecting that I'll always like share on my free Telegram channel random signals. Like, don't expect that I'll tell you guys every single time I open a trade if I'm going to do so or not, just because I gotta, like, I understand, I hate blind signals. All right, so you gotta promise from me that if I open a trade live, I'm literally spending 2 hours on the stream. So if we get lucky and have a trade live, I'll take it and share the entry, stop loss, and everything. But if we happen to be unfortunate and get a trade outside of the live streaming hours, then please do understand that I'm not obliged, or just because I hate the blind signals, I wouldn't be every single time sharing free trades on that free Telegram channel. Not because I have a paid signal. No, I have nothing to sell you. Nothing is paid. I'm just against blind, like, beginner signals. I want to teach you guys stuff and have you guys understand how I take my trades, so you can teach, so you can have or come up with ideas yourself. As I say, teach me how to fish, not give me a fish. That's the summarized version of it. I don't want to say it fully, right? So I don't butcher it up. What tells you the sweep was just inducement, not the real move? To be honest, that would be a bit more advanced, but I mainly look at the order flow. So at the order flow, at tell or at see whether the order flow, whether there's a higher amount of longs or shorts at a specific area. So if we shorten, for example, for this ETH short, I'd open up the order flow and see how many longs were stuck at the highs. That's the main reason, or that's the main confidence meter for me to enter a short. So nothing will be confirmed, so I can never say or tell if it is an inducement or a real move. But all I can do is just set a standard, or set a standard or a set metric, and then wait for this, lose this, open the order flow, look how many longs are getting stuck, and then like put my stop loss and do nothing else. Because obviously at the end of the time, guys, or at the end of the day, nothing is confirmed, so I can never know for sure if it is an actual move or an inducement. But I have to trade some way, somehow, and this does make me money. So I think that if you spend your hours and days looking for a confirmed move, you won't be trading, because nothing is confirmed. And as quickly as you learn that, then hopefully you start making money. All right. It's nice to have someone with big words and experience to question. We have been learning new stuff for the past half an hour. Thank you. Yeah, and I do wanna publicly appreciate and also thank our brother here, which is I don't wanna butcher your name, but Singh. All right, Singh is the last name, I think. So I gotta maybe say that. Thank you, brother, for asking me those such important questions. I think that they bring a nice blend of like beginner friendly questions and also smart questions. Great analysis. Thank you, Travis. Thank you for showing up, and thank you for your nice kind comments here. All right, let me show up or check on the trade right now. Are you in a trade? Yeah, I'm only in the short that we had taken like a month ago. What's up, brother? Late but there. Yeah, thank you, Wise, for showing up and actually for getting the chance to maybe like view the last few seconds, not seconds, but minutes of the stream. We have literally been up or live for the past almost 2 hours. All right, so I think that we have done quite wonderfully. We're only 4 likes away from hitting our target. Let's make Wayne proud, all right, and get the 100 likes target for the live. All right, we're only 3 likes away, so let's get that done so we can have it as a goal and a standard to always shoot for every single time. Let's show the appreciation for our brother Wayne. Obviously, I never ask you for likes are not important, but just a nice fun game that we play, and we've started actually like noticing ever since our nice kind brother here Wayne have told us about it. So every single time we're going to be shooting for at least 100 likes. All right, how do you use the developing values? I do not use them. I do not use and look at the value area highs, lows, the developing ones. I only merely use at or look at the value area high and lows, or the set ones based on a specific range. So I do not look at the developing values at all. All right. So thank you. But unfortunately, I do not look at them. All right. So let's wait. And my preferred scenario here is at least to wait for this sweep. That would go well, right? Let's see where the fib extension would be, right? So that's too far away, but maybe you can look at the 0.5 area, 0.7, sorry, 0.38 area. That would be also a good area to target. So, right, so we'll probably wait for this to be hit. I'd prefer for below 90 or 91, and then getting or reclaiming it, right? Let's just see. The market just opened. Let me see the volume here. Nothing is too crazy right now. Bitcoin has gone below 91.3. Yeah, it did, but not totally hitting the anchored view. But we gotta remember that on a lower time frame, the anchored view is just an area, right? And just because a lower time frame, this technically is an anchored view up, not exactly the hit of the line. But I don't see a nice trade. Unfortunately, I want to take a trade, then end the stream off, but I don't want to like force a trade, right? If you get what I mean. Not the best. Sorry guys, I get quiet whenever I'm thinking about the trades and stuff, right? So good reaction. We dropped, then opened up the New York session and had seen a follow through, but I gotta stick with my rules and not trade this, unfortunately, or maybe fortunately. I'd love for this to go back down, take the liquidity that we've made, and then hit trade, right? But unfortunately or fortunately, this could be actually the move up. So technically, the open is causing the move up. So let's just see. Maybe we can fake out to the upside, then go lower. By the way, guys, whenever you see me at the 1 minute time frame, don't take me seriously, because obviously that is like too risky or not indicative of anything but the scalp stuff that we're looking at, right? So before I end off the stream, let me quickly end it off with a good mark. So let me quickly over analyze the market here. We think we're getting closer to 2 hours mark, and we also got and hit our target of 100 likes. So thank you a lot, and thank you, Wayne, for being the main man behind the scenes pushing the counter up. Thank you guys for showing your love here. Never ask and I'll never care about likes, but it's totally nice seeing people actually caring about it. So thank you, sorry guys, a lot for caring enough. Anyways, so see how the market is like moving crazy. Like look or notice, like if you want to learn, notice how the market starts moving crazy whenever we open the New York session. Not necessarily in one direction. It's never expected, but like it's fun to keep a track of, because it does result in an important move happening, maybe a liquidity event, like an important hit of an area, and then you jump into a trade. All right. So I'd love for this to have made a high and then go lower. Maybe try to take a little nice area of liquidity. I'd love for this to go below 91. Maybe my preferred scenario is actually, if I were to pick a preferred scenario, us actually going all the way lower to 90.7, then reclaiming 91.5. That would be the nicest, to be honest. So that's hard to ask too far away, but let's see. That's the preferred thing, but we can also still hope for a little wick at 90k 91. So either 91 wick or 91 wick or 90.7 wick, right? Nothing else to be added right now. The anchored view up looks good. Nothing is important. I don't wanna teach you guys to over analyze the market. I'm only doing it just because I'm going to leave you guys in the next minute, 2 minutes, 3 minutes at the maximum. So I want to let you guys off with enough information to trade with, right? So let me see what is going on here. All right, see how like most of the move up ended off being a fake out. I've shorted Bitcoin at 92 and target to be 87. All right, 92. I think you're talking about a very, very far away target. That would be it. Maybe, yeah, that would have been smart. If you're talking about this one, that would have been smart, an important level. But currently, I'm not sure if you were able to catch 92, right? So thank you. Is 87 a reasonable target? Absolutely, that would be a reasonable target, to be honest. Going to like totally like fake out the whole move down and then seeing lower price. Personally, I wouldn't be shorter right now, but see how like nice it is to never like take it too early right now. Like I want to teach you guys a lesson. Just see how the New York session caused a pump, and that pump immediately reversed lower. That's very important, like, because lots of viewers, lots of traders, beginner traders try to like go with the market, and usually the market just fakes them out, right? Use them as liquidity and then fakes them away and punishes them away, right? As I told you, I try to stick with my rules. Sometimes they do make me happy because obviously right now we literally chose not too long and we were right. Sometimes actually the opposite happens. Like we want a long, never get given that, and then we see a pump. But I never care about it because I only try to long and short the reasonable, thought out setups that I come up with, not just a random area, just because I want to entertain a couple of viewers. With all due respect, guys. All right, I'd much rather give you I'd much rather give you the stuff that you need to hear rather than stuff that you want to hear, right? Anyway, so just to end it off, right now we're hitting the anchored view up. Let's watch and see. Obviously, never getting above 91.3 won't be making me long. The market is infinite, your money is not. Exactly. You see CVD during trade. Yeah, I do look at the CVD open interest. Let me tell you the metrics if you're interested. The exit chart shows you the volume profile. The TPO chart shows you the CVD open interest and also the footprint bar stats. All right, so all of these are done and checked as metrics and the reasons. By the way, brother, thank you for joining up and joining the community, and thank you for asking smart questions. Just because right now I'm using my laptop to check my order flow app. As you can see, I'm just juggling two stuff on my both hands. So that would be the laptop, and that would be the soon to be a new MacBook not a MacBook, Mac Mini that I bought, right? So I'm just a bit lazy with setting it up, but hopefully as I promised before the end of the year, by the time I set it up, that would allow me to show you guys like every single time the live stream the ExoChart app being open. When the CVD is rising, but the price is falling, all right? What do you conclude, bro? All right, to be honest, that the CVD would be going up, so that would be actually buys, but the price is dropping. So I'm not sure, to be honest. I haven't thought about it that much, right? So if the CVD is going up, then that has to cause lots of short. Sorry, if shorts are opening, then the CVD would be going lower, right? So that could be an absorption, to be honest. That could be tricky. That doesn't occur much, to be honest. So that I'd call it as absorption. All right. All right. So let's watch and see. All right. Nothing of a follow through here. If we lose the anchored view from this area, I'll probably look at the anchored view from this area. Also goes well with it. Let's remember where the Monday low was or is still at. So it's very far away, right? So that's totally reasonable. If we suddenly go all the way lower to 89.9, would not be a surprise to me on the lower time frame daily stats. But I'd love for Bitcoin to finally become able to hold 90k, 91k, as you can see, right? So just not to overly keep me busy that I miss a short. but I did miss a short. To be honest, if you did miss a short, that's fine. Like I don't want you guys to stress about the fact you missed a long or missed a short. That's totally fine. Please, guys, please do understand that like trades, or as our brother Travis said, the market is infinite, but your money isn't. All right, so don't stress yourself if the price is sorry, or if you missed a certain setup. Anyways, I think that just to end it off, guys, as I told you guys, if you wanna follow me more, we've got the free Telegram channel, which is here in the description. Nothing to sell you here, nothing to profit off of you guys, nothing to be sold. But if you wanna support me, the only thing that can maybe support me and help me also, guys, is the week's affiliate code, which is using the link. All right, the link just gives you a bonus for making an account with no KYC, just putting your phone number and email, no ID, no KYC process. And also, after get the free bonus, you'll get another free bonus if you choose to deposit $100 at least. They will give you 50 bonus to trade with. And as I told you guys, this is all part of using my own link. As you can see, this is a full actual partnership with Weeks. Thanks to them, they were able to give me the best, nicest sign up bonus. So please do keep that in mind, that if you use the link, you'll be supporting me, but also it will be actually like a referral code. So if you're okay with it, you can use it. If you're not okay with it, I totally understand and I'm fine. I do know the feeling of someone selling you or shitting you something. All right. So thank you a lot for actually showing up, guys, and sticking with me. We literally been live for 2 hours now. I think that we've more than made up for the live stream that I've missed on Friday. I do still, guys, by the way, I'm not hiding the fact that I missed Friday. I didn't literally make a video or live stream, so hopefully I made it all back up by literally spending twice the time going live on the stream. Thank you guys for showing love and asking me all the right questions, smart questions, and hopefully I'll catch you guys tomorrow on the live, hopefully, which is going to be at 4 p.m. Dubai time, 7 a.m. Eastern time. And I'll see you guys and leave you guys. Please trade well and safely. Put your goddamn stop loss, and let's start now.